Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video, I'm going to come to you with 5 fragrances that I was influenced to buy from YouTube reviewers. Now, as being in this hobby and people that watch these videos all the time, especially before I started making them, I was heavily influenced to buy certain fragrances. And at the beginning, I blind bought a lot of fragrances, most of which I've gotten rid of, and some of them I kept. So the fragrances that I'll mention are some fragrances, they may be ones that I absolutely love, there may be ones that I'm on the fence about, but nonetheless they are fragrances that I would not have bought had I not been influenced to buy them from one of you guys out there. So let's go ahead and get it going. First fragrance I want to mention is from the house of Chanel. This one is Coco Parfum. I only own 2 of these parfums because they are quite pricey for a 15 ml. That's what you get from these. I usually decant them into like 3 or 5 ml sprayers, so that's why there's so much missing. I don't even think I finished that one. There's no release date on the Parfum, but it originally came out in 1984, and some of the notes on it are Bulgarian rose, peach, mandarin, cloves, civet, opopanax, labdanum, and tonka bean. Now this one, I won't say the the reviewer that influenced me to buy it, but I just remember him saying that when he smelled the Parfum, maybe it was a vintage, this is a current formulation, that he had like an out-of-body experience. So this is like an amber fragrance or an amber floral. It was supposed to compete with something along the lines of YSL's Opium, and it is a good scent. I need to wear it more, but I wasn't like, I didn't have the same experience with it, but I was definitely influenced to buy it. As soon as I saw that the a sales associate had it, I pretty much just immediately bought it. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on. Next fragrance is from the house of Dior. This is Eau Sauvage Parfum. This is the discontinued 2012 bottle. And what distinguishes this one from the later 2017 is the note of myrrh. Other than that, it has bergamot, petitgrain, citron, vetiver, myrrh, and oak moss. And this one is, let me see, an aromatic fragrance. Yeah, citrus aromatic fragrance, but this has a deepness to it with the myrrh note. When I originally bought this, I got the 2017, the one with the silver plaque right here, and then literally a day after I bought that, I found this somewhere for a steal. So I picked it up. This was something I was on the hunt for because I was influenced to want to pick it up, and I hadn't smelled it, and I just wanted to just go out and buy it. With the Coco, I had smelled like the eau de toilette and the eau de parfum, so I had some idea of what it would smell like. And this one I did have an idea because I had the silver plaqued one, but I'd only had it for a day. So this is another fragrance that I was influenced to buy. It's still good. Even though I have a pretty big dent in it, I haven't worn it that much. Moving on. The next fragrance is also from the house of Dior, and this is like the first really animalic fragrance that I got. I did blind buy this one as well, but I just had to get it in because I was influenced to buy it. This person said that it was like their favorite fragrance of all time, and they're really into animalic, so I went on ahead and picked it up, and this one is Leather Oud. What's special about this one is that it was reformulated in either 2014 or something like that, but this is the original 2010 batch. I got an email saying that it was in, and I just went and picked it up. I just bought it anyways. I wasn't familiar with the reformulations or not, and so it happened to be after I'd already bought it at retail price, the 125 ml. I saw that it's the original 2010 batch. Now the notes are different between the two. So this one has civetta, which I assume is a synthetic civet note, leather, oud, beeswax, birch tar, labdanum, clove, and patchouli. Those are just some of the notes on it. And this one is a wonderful animalic fragrance. And I'm not sure how different it is from the newer formulation. A couple of bottles have popped up, the bigger bottles. I was thinking about getting them when I asked about one of them had already been sold. I just really wanted to see what batch it was because this is more than enough than I need. So if anything, I was going to try to buy it, see if I could flip it, but it's too late now. So I'm glad I have the original. As you see, the C and the D in here are not connected, which lets you know that it is a older batch. Moving on. The next fragrance is another designer. This one's from the house of Guerlain. This one is a much beloved fragrance among fragrance enthusiasts. This is one, most things that are like super hyped, I'm not over the moon about, but this one I am, and it's an extremely old fragrance, and that one is Mitsouko from Guerlain. This is the Eau de Parfum concentration. This particular bottle is 2009. I also have the newer 2021 bottle, and I have an older one, I think from 2002. I also have a 7.5 ml of this one. I don't know what year it's from though. But Mitsouko which was released in 2019. It was one of the first it was one of the first cheaper. I believe it was like the second one, but it's also one that used the note of peach, which is like an not a true aldehyde, but they call it an aldehyde. Now this one has bergamot, jasmine, rose, peach, oak moss, spices, and amber, and I absolutely love this fragrance. Now I was very much influenced by this one. I've watched a number of videos of people that love this fragrance, and I remember watching one video where these people talked about how many different variations of bottles that they had, and I was like, oh, it must be good. But I absolutely love this fragrance. It's probably my number 2 Chypre. It's one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I'm looking forward to getting in like a 30 ml straight bottle of this. That's how much I like this fragrance. So this is one I was influenced by. Most of them I do like a lot. That's why I'm mentioning some of them. Some of them I'm sort of like half and half. So Mitsouko from Guerlain is definitely a winner for me. Moving on. Now I said I would have 5. I will mention 6. This is the 5th one. And so the last 2 will be actually niche fragrances. And this one's from the house of Diptique. You might know what it is. And this is Benjoin Boheme. Now I was influenced by this one by one particular YouTuber. You might know who it is. But this one I just had to have the way it was described, and just the exclusivity of it at the time. I think I had to get it from Selfridges. It's rumored to be it was rumored to be discontinued. Now the rumor is that it's being moved into the normal bottles. So I'm glad I got it in. This is one of the blind buys, one of my most successful blind buys. I will do a video about some successful blind buys, but this won't be one of them because I've already talked about it enough, because it's one of my favorite fragrances. I haven't worn it recently in a long time, but it always stays on my mind. So if you love like sweet, resinous, ambery type scents, you should like this one. It should be a safe blind buy for you. This is probably my favorite benzoin fragrance. I also have a video talking about the 3 best benzoin fragrances, and after having worn those, this one's still my favorite. So moving on to the last one. Before I do that, I forgot to mention the notes in this one. This one was Benjoin Boheme was released in 2015. The notes in this one are benzoin, sandalwood, styrax, and patchouli. So those are the notes listed on it. Let's go ahead and move on. The last fragrance is from the house of Amouage, and this was my wedding scent. I've mentioned that before, and this is Lyric Man. Now, the reason why I was influenced to get this one is I was looking on a number of, I was looking at a number of videos, and people were talking about rose fragrances. I can't remember if I was looking specifically at Rose List or what it was, but this one popped up about being, just a great masculine rose fragrance. This one was Lyric Man was released in 2008. Some of the notes on it are lime, rose, orange blossom, saffron, musk, incense, sandalwood, and vanilla. And again, this is a great scent. It's powdery. You do get a little bit of what do I get from this? I do get a powderiness from the labdanum. It's slightly resinous. It is different from the Lyric Woman. I have the Lyric Woman as well, but this is a good scent to pick up. It's not that difficult of a fragrance to blind buy. Like, if you like rose fragrances or unique fragrances, it wouldn't be something that I think that many people would hate. But again, I keep this one in my collection because it was what I wore on my wedding. I haven't worn it in a very long time, so I need to go ahead and give it a wear. So that's pretty much it, guys. So those are 6 fragrances that I was influenced to buy from you, some of you reviewers out there, to buy. And most of them that I did buy, these are some of the ones that I like a lot, or some of them that I was like heavily influenced to buy, that ones that I felt like I had to have. And again, some of them I tried before and a few of them I hadn't. There are a number of them out there that I've been influenced to buy, but these are the ones that I wanted to mention today. What are some fragrances that you just felt compelled to buy based on how someone described it in a video? Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.